message is for Libra for July 2020. Did a pre-shuffle. Cards are popping out already. And we're going to see. We're not ready yet. I didn't do my intro. I have a very short intro, so but they just want to talk. All right. So Libra, July 2020, love, your situation is the Queen of Cups. So this is a female energy. There's a lot of nurturing energy right here. You come into the month with this nurturing energy, the two of you taking care of each other. And then we'll get right to your partner right now is Three of Pentacles. So they're also in this energy of teamwork. So not only is there this nurturing going on, but they are kind of introducing to the table some kind of like business partnership or moving forward together. There's just a lot of reciprocity right now. So you're coming into this month with a lot of good energy between the two of you in terms of like, love and emotions, but also in terms of material things as well. So let's see what your current issue is right now in terms of this relationship or partner or potential partner. You have the Seven of Wands reversed. So I kind of think that this is like, where you were kind of having trouble giving in. I almost feel like there was like a lack of vulnerability before, and you're kind of having trouble creating this synergistic relationship with them because maybe you were used to doing things on your own. And what's happening now is you're coming together, you're working really well as a team. You had trouble at first, but you're working really well as a team. And there's also a very loving energy behind there. So that you finally kind of made this shift to be able to be more of a partnership here. So let's see what your desires are. You got the Nine of Swords as your desires. Well, that's peculiar. I think that maybe you're feeling guilty about something. I don't know if... I almost want to say that you might have been unfaithful, or you feel as though you betrayed this person in some way, and your desire is to get rid of that energy, or there may be some leftover. Like you were in this period of independence, or maybe you weren't sure if this person was really the right person for you, and you might have cheated on them, or you just were not treating them kindly, and instead of them reacting badly to it, or maybe you didn't tell them about your betrayal, they came to the table and they brought more energy, and they're just bringing all this like loving energy and all this teamwork, and now you're realizing how wonderful they are, and you're feeling really guilty about the situation, and you just kind of want to get rid of that, and you don't know what to do. Let's see what your partner's desires are. Queen of Swords. They do want you to communicate. They can tell that something is off, and they want you to communicate. I'm not saying you should communicate, but they can tell that something, always communicate, but, I don't know, depends on the situation. But they definitely sense that something is off, and they are wishing that you would talk about it. Let's see what your challenges are, Libra. You got the Seven of Cups. Yeah, choices. You don't know what to do. So I feel like you betrayed them in some way, or something is off, but you're not sure if you should communicate with them about it. Like you have your reasons for that, and you're just lying awake at night, like thinking, and they notice, like you don't know that they know that you're still awake thinking about it, and they wish that you would talk about it, and they ask you, it's like, no, nothing's wrong, but like we know when something's wrong, right? So let's see what their challenges are. They got the Knight of Wands. So yeah, they're coming forward. They have this teamwork, they have this loving energy, they have all this passion for you. Like they are just like, it's like almost maybe like a little too much, and that's what you had trouble with before, and you're learning to appreciate everything they're bringing, but you had trouble with it before, and maybe there was some kind of betrayal there, and now you feel guilty about it, and they just kind of want to wrap you up in this blanket of love and pentacles and passion, and they're having a hard time containing that passion because they kind of sense that was the reason that you originally backed away, and they're having trouble containing that passion. Like what you see is only the tip of the iceberg. They actually want to bring more to the table. I'm like, I don't want to scare you, but they actually want to bring more to the table. Let's see what your outcome is, Libra. You got the Devil reversed. So I feel like that's good news. The Devil could be Capricorn, but also I think that you're kind of going to shed your old ways. Like maybe this was a pattern for you of like being afraid to get too close to someone, being afraid of someone who kind of comes forth with this passion and energy, and it maybe led you to some not so great decisions. So you're definitely going to shed your old ways. You know, whether or not you communicate whatever this is that happened to them, I'm not sure, and that's obviously going to depend on the situation. It's a personal thing. But you are going to shed your old ways. If you do communicate, if this is some major betrayal and you do communicate it to them, you know, you are going to say to them and you're going to mean it, that like, you know, that's not, you know, I realize now what you're bringing and that this is what I truly want. So you're shedding those old ways, those kind of not so great habits that you may have once had. Maybe you were the player type, you know, and you found someone that now that you're realizing how wonderful this could be if you were to be in a committed relationship. And let's see what their outcome is. I mean, you are a Libra, right? So if you're, you know, player, that kind of makes sense, right? The Star reversed is their outcome. So either way, you're either going to tell them what went on and it's definitely going to leave them feeling a little jaded, or you're not going to tell them and it's like then they're going to be just like left to wonder what the possibilities could be. So you have to be really careful in your choices going forward about, you know, whether or not to tell them and like what's kind of the lesser of the two evils. I'm not necessarily saying that they're going to be so jaded that it's going to ruin everything, but there is going to be this feeling of uneasiness. And, you know, you have to really weigh it out. If you feel that this is something, if you're in a situation like where you were just casually dating and then maybe you went and hooked up with someone else or something, but the two of you weren't committed yet, then maybe it's really not something that needs to be brought up. But, you know, if you've been married or a while and there was some betrayal, like maybe that does need to be brought up because you definitely don't want them finding out from someone else. But listen, that is completely up to you in your individual situation. The choices are always up to you. Let's get a clarifier card from the Return of Spirit deck to get a little bit more clarification on your outcome, Libra. Whoop. Innocence. Okay. So, you do mean it. If there was some betrayal or something you did, I think that you need to forgive yourself if you ever expect them to forgive you. It seems to me that you may have done something really bad, and the worst possibility that they could think of isn't nearly as bad as what you actually did. So in that case, I don't know, but that, you know, there is innocent. You're both. There is this innocence in both of you now. Like you've shed your evil ways and you're kind of being reborn. And there seems to have always been this innocence, maybe not always throughout their life, but since they've been with you, there's always been this innocence about them, and they really are just coming to the table with this love and teamwork and passion, and it's all genuine. It's not like coming from a player kind of. I really am getting the feeling, you know, roles could be reversed, but I'm really getting the feeling of the player vibe from you, Libra. So, and it's not to say that you necessarily, you know, are, but you're not this evil person because you're feeling a lot of guilt about it. So I think that also you need to learn to forgive yourself if you want to continue to move forward with this person. And I hope that July kind of clears that up for you. Okay, Libra? Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.